Hi, and welcome. I know this must seem weird because this isn't Katrina. This isn't what you're used to. No, it's me, Daniel, and I'm the storyteller now, or GM, or the DM. Because yes, we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons. We are going to play 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons in a little setting that I've made. So yes, it might not make canonically sense to any other big D&D things, because it's not, because it's just something that my brain came up with, and I made a world, and the players have to deal with that now. We're gonna play a small adventure where the players are gonna be level 5, and in this world, every adventure is known as a fated or a fate touched. So just as a quick reference to what words I'm going to use a lot. And yeah, we might screw up and we might do something wrong, but we're going to have fun. And so if we do something wrong in the rules, you can leave a comment. We won't retro anything or just retcon or do anything about it, but you can leave a comment, because leave comments, because that is interaction. And now, before I go on a big rant, I'm gonna let somebody else speak. So if everybody can introduce themselves and say what character they're going to play.
Hi, I get to be a player. As per usual, my name is Katrina. I'm a player. I'm playing Adeema Strongjaw, a Goliath fighter. So yeah, I'm gonna be the big bitch. I'm just saying, watch out.
And we will.
Put up those guns.
I am Tarjei, and I'm going to play a wizard named Orpheus, a human wizard. Well, get to know him a little bit later.
Alex.
Cool. All right. Hi. Hey.
The new guy.
So we have a guest. This is Alex.
Hello. Greetings. My name is Alex. Super excited to be here. I'm gonna play a goblin elf ranger named Baast with his beast companion, was a vulture named Baba.
That's my clue. Clue, whatever. I don't know.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I am Marianne still, and I'm going to play Wren Shadeleaf, a lightfoot halfling druid. Yeah, and I guess. I'll tell you one thing about my character that the group knows, but which I actually forgot to tell them, is that I randomly disappear, like from time to time. Just say.
How would I
so
know?
You're used to that.
I'm 2.5 meters tall. You're constantly out of my line.
You probably hear like goat bleating. Just saying. Yeah.
Wow.
You go inside the goat.
This is not Doom Patrol. This is not Doom Patrol.
But I forgot to say, I do have a
How
goat.
small are you?
It is called Daisy. Oh, I am 70 centimeters. So I am...
Okay.
2 feet.
I'm a big motherfucker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pocket size.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody,
Look
watch
at
your
me.
shins, watch your kneecaps. She's coming for him.
She's a
Watch
spider.
your wallets.
And well, with that, I'm gonna rant a little bit about... Well, not rant. I think it's called an introduction, but yes. And yes, I do have some notes, and I do need to look over from time to time, just to say, because I have too much in my head about this world, and so I need to know what's relevant or not. But hi, and welcome to the world of Nohisa. A world full of magic and just full of weird and wonderful creatures. As unlike most D&D settings where humans are sort of the majority of the humanoids and intelligent race, in this world they're just as big or small as any other. There's literally just spread about of dwarves, elves, and any and all other D&D race that's been published the last at least 6-7 years. We have things that look like big cats, big birds, small birds, and, lions, centaurs, and minotaurs, everything else in between. In this world, there are no gods in the old-fashioned sense. In this world, there are 6 titans who created the world. 4 elemental titans and 2 titans, one of magic and one of death. So in this world, worship is often towards an aspect or somewhere in between there. It's not dedicated to one single god or a pantheon of several. It's the titans. Those that do not really care what an individual does, but will still, if you tap into an aspect, you can be granted powers. So there are still clerics and paladins, but often those are more devoted to an idea or to a people or to a promise. But in this big world, there's also small places. And the small place we are headed to is a small little village called Brimsa. Brimsa is in a little area known as the Gorum Valley, named after a large lake that's in the area. Brimsa is a small little village that's at the very end of a long mountain range called the White Peak Range. People aren't very creative here when it comes to naming things, which is my excuse, because this peak has, no matter the seasons and weathers, there's always white peaks at the mountains. Hence the name. In this mountain range, many weird things happen. There used to be settlements here, now only some hordes of different species. Often some hordes of orcs or herds of Goliaths are the only ones that roam around and sort of still live in these mountain ranges. Because they're nomadic and don't stand or don't gather in one place for too long, because doing that in this mountain range tends to not go well. But Brimsa seemed to be alright at this little end, and our little group of adventurers are chasing after someone known as the Star-Eyed Man. And on one of their previous adventures, they got some information that he was seemed headed to Brimsa. The Star-Eyed Man, as far as the party knows, is a sign of destruction, of incoming doom, and of certain death. Maybe not for the adventurers, but at least for someone. Because wherever he goes, something bad always happens, and somebody always dies. The adventurers have felt that close to them, or seen it. And they think that it's time to end this. Of course, it's only a rumor that he's here, so they don't know exactly what he looks like, or if it's a he at all. He's still called the Star-Eyed Man. And that's all they know. As they have been walking for a few days, stopping at some farms, helping out here and there where they can, arguing about trivial things, murdering some goblins along the way. The party, with woods to the north on their right sides, can finally see this quaint little village up ahead. It's a village that has one way that leads north into the mountain range, and 2 other roads that almost sort of barely touches on the south end of the village. It's on one of these southern roads the party is approaching. It's a nice day. It's slightly clouded, so the sun isn't too hot. The cold breeze from the mountain is coming in as it goes through the forest. It brings bird song and smells of flowers. In the distance, the few large buildings in this town can be seen. There's a large building in the middle that even from a distance can be seen that to be the one that's sort of towering above most of it. And at the northern end there's a watchtower, seeming to keep watch up towards the mountains. From the other sides, it seemed unguarded. There's no walls and no strongholds, which is, in this world, a risk. But the village is still here and has been for quite a while. So it seemed that whatever happens seemed to at least not deter the citizens. I'm going to let the players get control a little while before they get into this village. So on the approach, still about a kilometer out, we find our little merry band of rapscallions, and we find, well, our fated.
No walls.
I mean, listen, I'm no architect of any sort of, but this close to the mountains, and no form of garrison or just, crowd control.
Even security points.
Maybe they have traps, we just don't see them yet.
That might be true. Maybe they have some magical defense that we have yet to deter.
Or maybe they have like a moat, like with crocodiles. I don't know. Something like that.
Oh.
Most would be dope.
I love your creativity, but maybe not crocodiles.
Not this far north. Of course, a star.
I don't know. They're cold-blooded, aren't they? Warm-blooded, cold-blooded. I don't know. Crocs aren't really my type of animal.
Well, of course, we'd have this way.
I haven't really met one. I just heard about them.
Could have gone south, couldn't he, the starry man? But no, had to go up here to this little village. And nothing to the big cities to the south. No, of course, up here in the cold north. Brilliant.
But do you think perhaps he's looking for something? I guess up on the mountains. Perhaps in the mountains.
Well,
something hidden?
Blood and hope that's not in the mountains. I don't want to go slugging around up there.
Oh, I don't mind.
Have you guys been this far up before?
Actually, I think I've perhaps been here once, actually, with my parents. We sold some goats here and some cheese. That's a long time
No, I've never been
ago.
exactly here. My knowledge is mostly of the more southern and eastern parts, but of course I've read about the area. I mean, any educated man has, of course.
I think my family has travelled through this mountain range, but I have not yet had the pleasure. I'm sure it's a delight.
Well, fair enough. I mean, do we have... I'm not from the area. I don't really have any contacts in the village. But seeing that that's the last information we have about the feller, then I'm presuming that's what he is.
Or at least has been.
Yeah, I would concur with that.
Do you guys want to sneak around? Do you guys want to go in and just start asking around? I'm happy to be out in the forest for a while, but I could kill for an actual bed and then something nice to drink for a change.
Ale?
I think he
I wouldn't
strikes an
mind
excellent
ale.
point.
An ale.
Besides, I mean, Adeema, can you
I'm
see
like-
people?
And I think
Can you see people walking about there?
Anybody that can scout? Can I? Well, he's a ranger. He should. Can.
Do you want me
we do
to?
that?
Yeah, but you're like-
sound
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, but you're like, I mean, if Adeema can see anyone can see her. I mean, she does
Oh
sort
yeah,
of
I'm
stick
like
out. I mean, he's
he's got a falcon.
Hey, listen, if you want to do that, I'll send my bird up.
Do it. Let's get a little bit of a
See if there's anything that we can't spot from where we are, for sure.
Like a mutt with crocodiles.
I'll tell him to keep his eyes out.
I pet her head. If there's a crocodile, Wren, you can have first go.
Cuddles. I would love to have it cuddle. I hear they were really soft and like lots of fur.
Oh, Wren.
Yes.
Okay.
I think a
Probably
turtle
be arranged.
I pet her
fine
again.
for you.
I'm gonna whistle and call Baba down.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's eating some rat or mouse or somewhere up in a tree anywhere we're around.
Yeah, he's
some cadaver that he's found.
Yeah, as you whistle, you can see that sort of in your periphery that he's circling just something up in the woods a few hundred meters away. He's just circling, but as soon as you whistle, he comes gliding over.
Cool. I'll reach my arm out, and dropping down is a vulture, kind of clamping around, looking fairly worn out. Like he's been traveling with me for a good number of years. But I'll kind of just whisper to him to take a trip around the town or the little village and see if he sees anything that looks off.
Yep. He sort of looks at you and coughs up, and you can see there's some sort of small pelt piece that sort of just comes up and just lands at
give
your
that to
feet.
me. I'll take it and I eat it.
Yeah.
I shudder.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Acquire taste, I'm sure.
Roll a Constitution saving throw for me, just quickly. Just let's get the first roll in to be one of those.
Rolling Constitution.
17.
17. Yeah. It almost gets stuck in your throat like a hairball, which you understand why he sort of coughed it up. But just out of sheer will, you just swallow it down and be like, yeah, can't waste anything.
Any protein I can get, huh?
And I think as you do that, I'll walk over to you and just like tug your leg and give you my flask, like a small flask with some
Hey,
liquid
thanks
in it.
there. I can't take and have a little sip. What's in the flask?
Oh, I almost want to roll for it because I haven't defined it. No, let's just say it's no, it's goat's milk. It's goat's milk.
Goat's milk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Say
Oh, thick.
Good for your
Jesus.
stamina.
Whoever that fella is.
I'm sure
It's good, right?
tasty.
Sure, yeah, appreciate it.
Daisy gives you a look. Meh.
Is that us?
No, not to. Gives it to Baast. Just like,
Okay.
yeah, better, like it's better be.
Thank you, Daisy.
Homemade.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Baba's taken off, and it does not take him long sort of to be circling the village. And even you guys on a distance can see that there is some movement about, and you can see some people, but still on the distance, they seem like small ants. You can't sort of pick out any details. Just out of all of the things you can do in D&D, I don't have full overview of what all the characters can do. So does Baast have any sort of way of communicating with Baba, sort of on distance? Because I know with Find Familiar you can see it through their eyes, but
Right. So I can't do that. We have the same language, so
Okay.
he understands the language that I speak.
Okay.
But I don't think he can speak.
No.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that I guess it's the same kind of thing as you would train a dog or anything, that you have like a limited number of things like that you can train them to do if there's anything off or suspicious or whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna say just with your bond with
I'll leave that to you,
Yeah,
honestly,
with your boss,
how you'd like for that to work.
He can sort of share like simple emotions with you, like sort of psychically when you're close enough, just so that I don't have to charade a vulture, because of all the things I can do as a DM, I haven't prepped my vulture sounds, which is, I horribly unprepared, I know.
Until next time, we expected that and goat.
I'm more familiar
Lots of
with goats than
bleating
with
sounds.
vultures,
Yeah, fair enough.
which is probably just going to be my sheep sounds, but with more square
It's a
pupils.
fine difference. Okay, cool.
Well, yeah, as you approach and you're closing in, sort of Baba returns, and you get the sense of there's nothing that felt off, nothing that felt wrong, and you also get this tingling that he did see something he wanted to eat.
Okay.
But that's most of the times he returned and has looked at something. There's something he wants to eat.
Yeah, that's not a new. That's not a new feeling.
No, that's pretty much all day, every day.
Yeah. Baba says it's fine. It doesn't seem to be anything off or anything that we can't see from where we are now. Seems like a fairly bog standard town to me.
So a well-deserved ale.
Yes.
Dust
Yes,
off
please.
our boots.
What
And
time
then
of year
gather
are we now? Sorry.
Oh yes, you are at you're closing in on midsummer, or on the middle of summer.
Okay.
So it's nice and warm and all that, but the cold wind from the mountain still keeps it a little chill. So no people very few people sort of walking around in t-shirts and shorts, whatever D&D equivalent of tunics and low. I don't know the words for
Tunic and
medieval
loincloths.
shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not wearing
Like
their
classic
long
beach
pantaloons.
Can I be super rude and ask what are we all wearing? What is our looks as we potentially wander into this tavern?
Well, interesting you should say,
whatever.
because while we're waiting here, Orpheus has spent his time making sure he looks presentable, as one should for a man of his distinction. So he's, like I said, he's a human male. He's around 30 years old, about 175 centimeters tall, quite lanky and thin. He's got shoulder-long black hair, green eyes, a rather pointed jaw and pointy nose. And he wears an azure blue wizard's robe with gold-trimmed lace that are decorated with golden stars over the shoulder area, and the inside is lined with mystical signs and sigils. He's wearing another blue tunic with gold-trimmed lace on the edges, light grey trousers, for only you can see the bottom of the leggings visible underneath the robe, and so a pair of sturdy and well-made boots that looks like we'll be able to carry him off in a rather high speed, preferably in the opposite direction of whatever danger presents itself. And of course he carries a wizard staff, as he should. As all wizard staff should, it has a knob on the end.
I don't know who wants to go next.
Go for it.
Well, then I'll go. Well, I look like a Goliath, so I'm huge. Well, not as huge as... I could be 3 meters, but I'm just shy of 2.5. Dark, almost black-brown hair, braided, the face markings, very bright eyes, icy blue, very, very muscular. I'm wearing plate armor. I'm dying. And I cook. I might sometimes take off the plate armor if we're just traveling for a bit, but now since we're close to the sea, I'll put it back on, and I also look very, very fighteresque. And I always try to look very like cleanliness is next to tightness, so very important to look as you should feel. Well, you should protect what you want to be.
Dress for success.
Dress for success. If you want to fight good, look good.
And also you have a
Teachable
massive greatsword.
Yeah, I have a massive greatsword, which is my pride and joy. It's baby girl.
Do you call it that? Do you refer to
baby
it as
girl.
that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's not Wren. Okay, duly noted.
Everything she cares about might be baby girl.
Yeah.
That's my familiar in the background.
The real life.
That's what a vulture
real-
sounds like.
That's the vulture. That's Baba coming back.
Yeah.
With
I want to
his
see a
vicious
picture
Anything
of
can be
Baba.
anything.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe you got something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. It's now canon that Baba has a speech impediment, so it barks.
Baba was
I've said it once
raised
and I'll say
by
it again.
puppies.
I'm sorry about that polymorph spell. I'm sure it will be done at some point or another.
Yeah.
So
Still working on it. Cool. So Baast is a half goblin, half elf. So has strong emphasis more on the goblin-esque parts of it. But gray skin, way taller than a goblin usually is. Very pointy, fairly long ears, pronounced nose, pronounced jaw. Kind of looks like a traditional Disney villain, in a sense. But wears very practical clothing, mostly for being in the desert. He's from the desert and been living with various tribes there. So very practical, usually wears a hood up with little cutouts so his ears can stick out from the hood on the side. And yeah, as I said, just practical. And if there's any wears and tears as he goes along, he usually, as he brushes off various dirt or whatever it is, as he does so, his garments kind of repairs themselves as he goes.
La-di-da.
La-di-da.
Kind of takes care of the wear and tear. So he's been living in these clothes for a long time, but as they keep kind of fixing themselves, he doesn't have any need to repair them.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
they do fix themselves, but they do not clean themselves.
Yeah,
Just important
but that's
distinction.
secondary. Like, cleanliness is fine if you're mostly out in the wilderness.
I think Wren has more of that approach than the other twos. I think she's always had like a smush of something on her cheek. She has like wild, curly, wavy, gold-colored yellow hair, hazel eyes. She's wearing like a green ankle-long dress with like embroideries of goats and flowers on the bottom, leather vest with a lilac kind of tunic underneath, and she has a moss green, maybe it's too big, like a cloak, it's too big for her, but you never truly know what color it has. It kind of adapts to whatever. I don't know if it's her mood, if it's her surroundings. I don't know. And she has like a fox, like the head of a skinned fox going over her
fox
head.
pelt.
Yeah. And leather boots, and wraps around up to her, to my elbow, to her elbow. And she has a staff, and the staff has like it's very like branchy. And there's leaves, there's nuts, there's ribbons, there's flowers, like whatever, like you could see that she is adding stuff to this, so stuff might wilter and die on it and then being changed out. And the ribbons might look like the bottom of your cloak or the hem of your dress or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's Wren.
My cloak is purple.
Yes.
So
And I'm so sorry for interrupting for this very long ass description,
No.
but I thought it was nice.
No, I was just about to say you beat me to it with about a minute, so it works out perfectly. Because as you approach this village, you can see there's what seems to be like a small shed on the road, about 50 meters before sort of the village proper starts. And poking out of this shed, you can see what looks like a dwarf with like very bushy beard. Dwarves usually, tend the beard very carefully and all of that, but there seemed to be sort of a braid that hasn't been sort of kept well for a long time, so it's sort of a little bit bushy out, and it's one of those like metal, almost like bucket hats on his head and like a little spear, and he's sort of just looking out of this shed. And as you approach, he steps out, and you can see there's
Hello.
some chainmail on him, but it doesn't seem to be too well kept. And he goes like, "Oi! Oh, who goes there?"
Well, do we?
The brave and the mighty Adeema Strongjaw and her fellowship of us.
You don't look like a Strongjaw. If any of you were a Stonejaw, I'd say the big one would be that. You seem a little short one for a Stonejaw.
That's what we are, adventurous travelers, and we are parched and in need of some rest. I bump Orpheus like the talking
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Well, please pardon my friends here. They are a bit. Well, yes. Yes, like I said, we are travelers, have traveled long and in search of a place to quench our thirst and perhaps find somewhere to rest our heads for the night. Perhaps you could be kind enough to direct us to such an establishment, an inn, boarding house, public house.
Oh, inn. I knew that word. Yes. Also, if you're thirsty, there's a well or two in the village, but there's one sort of in the square. But yeah, if you head towards the big house, and he just sort of points off behind him, you'll get to the marketplace, and by there you'll see a little place called the Sleeping Goat. It's a small. It's the inn of the town. It's a place where you can both. Well, if you need somewhere to stay or somewhere to eat, well.
I'll run over and I'll grab
Drink.
his leg and just give him a little hug.
He's a dwarf, so he's not that much. You reach him sort of to the stomach, so yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're literally hugging face to face.
No,
No?
Cloud.
No?
You're
Right,
still
no face.
sort of stomach
Yeah.
height.
Like a child to an adult.
And he's like, whoa.
I do believe you had her at the word goat.
Ren,
Oh.
we have spoken about this.
But he seems
Did
nice.
you know if the dwarf wanted to be touched or not?
You know what I had diseases.
This is a teachable moment, Ren. We
Bloody
will speak about this
consent.
over
Everyone
coffee.
wants consent everywhere. Okay, fine. Sorry. I'll move into the shadow of your boot and just kind of.
I'm very content with myself telling her off like that. It was very smart of me.
He's
Do
still
apologize
sort
to
of.
my friend there. She's a druid, you know.
One of. That's fine. I've heard of those.
Mr. Dwarf, before we head off to the inn, you said there was a well somewhere in town.
Yeah. When you get to sort of the mayor's house, you get to the marketplace, in the middle of the square, there's a well. Everyone's welcome to use it. Don't piss on it or in it. And
I would
don't
never desecrate the well.
no poisoning. That's not allowed. That's against the law.
Well, it is against most everything that I stand for when it comes to water, so I won't do that, but I appreciate you taking good care of it.
Very well. We'll be
Oh.
keeping an eye.
Guardsman, before we leave, has there been anyone else passing through? Maybe a single traveler?
I don't really ask about relationships of people, and if they're but I'm sure there might be a bachelor or two passing
No.
through from time to time.
No. I look
But,
at Orpheus. No!
You do need someone.
Yeah, we're just wondering if we were
looking for
supposed to
someone?
perhaps meet a friend here.
She
So we wonder if
should-
someone else like us, an single
You
adventurer.
can't go alone all the time. You need to think of the
Ren?
future, right?
You have some
What?
dirt on your face. I try to shove my cloak in her mouth so she shuts up for a minute as he asks the guard. Like,
Yeah.
"You need-
Like I said, my friend tried to express a lone traveller, not someone like us, and Someone new to the area that has arrived. Oh, let's see, in the last week, perhaps fortnight.
Yeah, there's been quite a few coming and going. I don't know all of them, because we rotate on who's God, and I don't really write down, because, to be honest, I don't know how to write, so...
Yes, I see.
Have you noticed any strange events that is correlated to anyone new that came into town?
There was one, there's a few strange ones, but one of them luckily left. He was giving me heebie-jeebies, because, he was...
I put Wren down.
He was wearing one of those doctor masks, one of those long, almost like a beak, and he was traveling on a... He seemed to be very friendly and selling old tonics and such, but, I don't like someone I can't see, but...
No,
Did you buy any?
When was this? Yes, and did you
Well,
buy
my brother bought something, but...
your brother? Where about town would we find your brother?
Oh, he's, well, it's his day off, but usually he's in the barracks. Oh, well, it's what we call the barracks. It's the tower, sort of, at the north end.
Good, easy to find. And your
Yes, he
brother's
also
name, the one dwarf?
Oh, yeah, his name is Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Yes.
Raleigh.
What did he buy, you say?
He bought a tonic that would help with his bald spot.
And has it?
Well, it's been only 3 days, and the one said it could take up until winter before it hit in, so...
So it will
I'm so sorry.
probably could take until he left for it to kick in. Is that what we're saying?
Oh, yes, there was something about that, yes.
How big of a bald spot did he have? Like, are we talking about the entire head? Are we talking about a little patch?
It's bigger than mine, so, he's getting...
I can't
he looks
see
real
yours.
bad. No.
Are we saying?
Orpheus turns around and shows to Wren.
Did she giggle?
Huh?
Do I have a composure? No, sorry.
Oh, but yeah, if you
No,
want to
I'm trying to
know
hold it in.
about... If you want to know about people in town, especially new ones, probably just want to talk to Lizzie, the innkeep.
Excellent.
She's
Lizzie.
quite chatty and...
Excellent.
Yes,
Exactly
most
what we
barkeeps
need.
are for some reason. Well, excellent, good dwarf. Thank you very much. You most kindly. Well,
Thank you, sir.
you have an objection, I
don't-
believe the four of us shall stroll off through the inn and have a quenching ale.
Oh yeah, don't
go
break any
over.
laws.
I go over to him again and look up at him. May I?
Yeah.
And I hug him again, and then I'll.
And he seems surprised again that you hug him, because, this one, he doesn't seem like, the sharpest, because...
Nope.
I look at if Wren comes back.
Well,
What's in
I
your
asked
pocket?
him.
Did you take something?
Did I take anything? I don't know.
I don't know.
Did I?
It's up to you. You can choose in this moment if you try to or not. So if you do,
Does she
it's a
have
sleight of
sticky
hand check.
fingers?
Now it's really
Say,
tempting. I didn't write it
don't
in, but
break
now it's
any
really
laws.
tempting. No, but that's nature law, so I don't. Okay, I'll can I roll for this in any way?
Yes, roll a sleight of hand.
I'm standing there,
Laws
like,
are made
hands-
up
hands
anyway.
on
That's
hips,
Dex, right?
staring
Yes.
It's a skill.
You might also, if you're proficient.
Can I guide myself? That's too late. That's too late to guide
Yeah,
myself.
it's a little late
Yeah,
now
yeah.
after all, but I'm just gonna see if you're proficient in it, 'cause you might be.
I'm setting you
It's
off
a
there.
13.
Yeah,
It's a
13.
13.
First guy we meet.
Well, if anybody has passive perception higher than 13, you'll see it.
Yeah,
the guard
15.
does not. So you...
Oh yeah, 17, I see it.
Yeah.
How do you see that? How do you see that?
Uh,
No, I don't have higher than that.
Yeah.
No.
It senses as a belief saving throws.
Yeah.
Are you trying to take something of worth or just something?
something like a piece
just
of
around-
lint,
yeah.
whatever. Like
Yeah.
no, it doesn't have to be any. I don't
yeah.
think I want to take any valuable stuff. From
No,
no.
because you do find his sort of
More
coin purse.
something I can put in my stuff.
You do find like a piece of cloth, and there's something in it, and it's a little squishy. But you feel around, and it seems to be maybe a sandwich. So you just take his lunch.
Can I? No, I can't take not the sandwich, but just the cloth. Can I?
With the 13, no.
No.
You can feel you can take that, but yeah.
Can I wrap it out of it and go over to him again and say, "I'm sorry, you dropped this."
I'm staring at her after I said, "Did you take something?"
Yeah, and then I'll like turn around and
She
go.
turns
back.
around, hands
Yeah,
his sandwich, like, I did. Well, he looks at it and sort of just blows it a bit and just like, yeah.
It
and
really
puts
looks delicious. Can I
It's mine.
do
No,
some
you can't have
druid
it.
craft and put lettuce and tomato in it?
That's brilliant.
You know what? Yes, sure. Yes, that's not what the spell is for, but
No.
absolutely I'll allow it. Yes. You can have some...
I'm
Yes.
a noob to D&D. I don't know what to use it for,
Oh,
though.
and this
Your druid crafting sliced tomatoes
This is-
into the sandwich.
no, there'll be like one cherry tomato just
Or like
in the middle of it, and
Yeah.
Oh.
just some lettuce
Oh,
leaves.
thank
Do I need
you.
to, like... See, I've never used this, so do I check it out or something? I don't
No,
know.
that's a cantrip, so
just-
that you
oh,
can
it's
use that as
I
much
will.
as you want.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
love that.
that you just do that, and he sort of suddenly looks at the sandwich like, oh, how did that get in there? And sort of takes the tomato and just throws it.
So the no leek and no potato soup we had last
Just
week.
go over to you really like annoyed.
I love
As that whole
Well
thing
said.
happened, I've leaned over to
Teachable
Orpheus.
moment.
As that whole thing happened, I just leaned over to Orpheus and kind of just smiled like real smooth.
Yes. I feel that we
Daisy
should
is
have
already
First
eating
guy
the
we
tomato.
meet.
I think we should have a little talk about Wren, because that no soup, no, that's the tomato, that leek and potato soup that contained no leek with potatoes last week could have been a lot better, I think. I don't know.
Agreed. The amount of foraging I've had to do during this trip could have been way easier
Yeah.
if we just had someone who could snap her fingers and
Well, I
make
do
some
think we can
tomatoes.
blame ourselves because we did bring a group of people who are a tad different in a calorie intake need.
Hey,
Also, she can make like one cherry tomato and one leaf of lettuce.
Alex, I forgot your character's name because my brain spazzed. What is it again?
Baast.
Baast was the yeah.
B-A-A-S-T.
Oh.
Adeema, Baast, and Orpheus, and
Yeah,
Wren.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
I think we're going to remind each other of this.
Yeah,
a couple of
because
Yeah,
out of
I
my
have the D&D Beyond campaign sheet up.
But
for this
I
just
turn
purpose.
around to Baast actually, if I may.
Yes.
Before we go to the inn, did you want to check out the well?
Yeah, very much so. I'm happy for you guys to go on ahead, but
And then
Yeah.
we can meet up, and if you see anything, he said 2 wells, didn't he? Though.
I think it was just the town well that I caught on to. But was there anything else, Mr. DM?
He said about 2, but he only gave directions to 1.
Yeah, he gave
To
directions
the-
to
Yeah,
one.
The town square one.
market place.
All right, just so we know where everybody is, since we are chasing the Star-Eyed Man, and
For
we
sure.
are in a new town. That
Okay,
seems
everyone,
Yeah.
hear that?
really good.
If we get separated, meet up at the Stone Giant.
Great.
I look into
Sounds good.
Orpheus.
Why not the inn?
He's being, I'm not even engaging, Orpheus. I'm not engaging. I know what you're doing. I'm doing that.
Ada, do you want me to come with you? Or should I watch? And I'm like pointing at Orpheus, touching my head.
As you walk,
Yeah.
because this is a very small village, so when you actually get to the town square, which is not a large place, seems my camera. I'm just gonna check if my
Yeah.
my OBS is fine.
Great
I just-
freeze frame.
Yeah, we just stopped. Google
Everybody
Meets.
should freeze.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it is
what
great.
was the name of the inn? Was it the Golden Goat? No, it
Smiling
wasn't.
goat.
Sleeping
Sleeping goat.
The-
Yes.
Sleeping goat.
Yes.
Jesus.
Wonderful
Okay.
freeze.
You did really
Yeah.
freeze at the most attractive pose, Daniel.
Auspicious moment.
Oh yes.
This is
Look, mid sneeze.
This is so going.
Do we
on
take a
YouTube.
break? Do we take a small break to fix
Yeah,
that? Or
we'll
is
take
it-
a small break just in a moment as we get to the inn we're gonna have. Because as you walk into this small little town square, there's the well. You can see the sort of mayor's house or town hall, and the sleeping goat. It's sort of all right there, and it's also a small little bakery and a sort of general store.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's you all literally have to walk past the well to get to the inn.
Okay, so he's going to stop at the well, and when he stops at the well, Orpheus stops and again, make sure that his robe is tight, make sure that his blue wizard hat sits, pointy wizard hat sits perfect on his head. Impressions are of importance.
There's a small little sign on the well that says "Don't throw coins in."
Right?
Okay,
If
cool.
I throw away
Why
my
would
coins into a
anyone throw
well.
coins in? Shouldn't.
Silly superstition. People
And
believe
I'll
it brings
look
good
down.
luck. Peasants.
Do I see any coins down there?
It's just a long, dark well, and you can barely see sort of a little bit of reflection of the top of the water, but no coins.
Now, Ran, I know what you're thinking, but you're not to climb into the bucket and lower yourself down searching for coins. They said no
wouldn't
poisoning. They
lower
said no poisoning in
myself
the
now,
water,
would
and I'm
I?
fairly certain that you bathing and it would constitute that. We've all been traveling for
Really?
days.
Enough?
I'm desperately going to have a bath.
I think we lost Daniel.
Yes, we did.
We
I
did,
think
but I
that-
mean, we're
Okay,
recording all
that's,
locally, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Yeah.
we can just keep on. Huh? Hey, ooh,
Yeah, we
Keep it
can
on,
have
keep
our
it on.
scene.
Yeah.
We'll have
dance
our scene
around.
until
We
we
can
get
dance on the
into it.
table.
I
the
have a
demon is
flying dragon.
gone.
That's my Steve.
We won
No,
the
but,
game, right? We found the starry-eyed man, killed
Yes.
him. I don't know why we're killing him, but we killed him, and now we won.
He was in the well all along. Finished it. I mean, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Oh, love
Alex,
it.
it's been
Really
lovely.
appreciate it.
Interesting games.
Thank
Thank
Bye.
you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good one.
I will miss you
Thanks.
and the dog, Vulture.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dog Vulture.
Dog Vulture.
Vulture's been raised by.
And I having some technical
Shall we have a
problems, so
slight break,
we're
perhaps,
just
then?
gonna
Yes.
Yeah.
take a little break, and we'll be right back. And
Cool.
pick
Break
up
it
on
is.
whatever's going on, and we'll see you back in a few moments. And welcome back from the break. We last left our fated adventurers at the well, and well, they're still there.
Do you guys have any specific business you need to attend to before we head into the inn? I'm just gonna fill up my water skin and just say a quick prayer, and then I'm happy to go off to do whatever we need to do.
I don't see any need for me to do anything.
Fair. I'm just gonna let down and just refill my water skin. Just take my hood off and reveal that you guys have seen, but the majority of the back, my head is all shaved. And on the back is various runes and intricate kind of tattoos and like scarifications around on my head.
Nice.
And so I'll take some water out of the water skin and just kind of pour it a little bit over my head, and as I do so, kind of just muttering a short little prayer under my breath. And then I just turn to you and it's like, I'm happy to go.
As you do that, you hear a little from behind you, and there's just a small child who just walked by and then just saw this guy and just ran off to
as that kid does that, can I just like turn around and I'll pull my fox head a little down and just
Yeah, the child starts to cry.
Baast chuckles.
I'm sorry. I'm so
And
sorry.
he just runs off and just sort of into what looks like a common, just a common
I
or
thought it
just
was
some
a halfling.
woman.
I didn't know it was a child. I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was a child.
It's okay, at least you picked someone on your own size.
If anyone had any plans of us going in here incognito and trying
that's
to
done. That's
stay,
done.
that's
Yeah.
you know.
But just by the look of the four of you, there is no going in incognito
I look down
just
at you.
at all.
No, that's a very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
You all very much look like fated. You all look like adventurers. There's no mistaking
Yeah.
it.
It's exactly what it says on the box.
Yes.
Sure.
We are the
yeah.
ones that people describe. Yes, let's go over to that obvious player character passing over there.
Yes. It's like in an anime when you see just
save
a
object.
bunch of just normal people and then four people with just like crazy colored hair and outfits
swords.
that just
Can
like
I bring my
yeah.
heartstone to that mailbox? Sorry.
Well, at least this won't be as bad as the time we visited a halfling city.
Hey! What? What was bad
Accommodations
about...
were terrible.
She had to stay
Only
outside
half
all
of
the
me
time.
would
I mean, the only thing you could get inside was her head.
I mean, a little small. I'll grant you that, but I mean, food's great.
Yes,
But the
thank
bullshit
you.
Excellent
Thank
hospitality
you,
in that
boss.
place.
It was
I
like
mean,
almost bushes.
I told you before you went in that you should ask for like triple beds. But did you do that? No. You're just like, no, I can fit. It's fine.
I huffed. I asked for triple bed. Still didn't fit.
No.
I think you kind of got that. I think you got a halfling king size, but that, not exactly, I guess, what a Goliath king size
She's
is.
a little too big, okay? I love your size. It is the best size in the whole wide world, and it is glorious.
You don't have to be scared of her, You don't have to pander to her size.
I don't
No,
have
it's
a
not.
shell
No,
like a fragile ego
no.
with my
But
size.
have you looked at her shoulder and her arms? And it's the way she flexes it. It's just
I
amazing.
walked to
Sure,
the.
but can't she fit in a halfling bed? No, she can't.
I have
No,
a
she
size
can't.
issue, but I should be bigger. So when they say, things like they don't know the struggle, they haven't been to a Goliath camp, and you're the smallest one there. I huff.
Yeah, the size issue of being the smallest in your family but being
Yeah.
the biggest everywhere else.
Yeah, and they comment on it. It's a sore point. It's okay. This is a teachable moment.
you,
I will
Mike.
overcome.
Size does not
I will
matter.
overcome.
Thank you, Marshall
Hannah,
Erickson.
size does not matter. You're as big
We'll
as
get-
your heart.
Yes. One thing
Thank
is
you,
certain
Ren.
is whenever a woman says
Yeah.
that, she's lying. No,
And I'll give you a handkerchief.
let's see.
I give it
Well,
very, very.
in. I suggest we go and have an ale now.
I second that.
You don't want to put that in your pocket.
It's already there.
Oh God.
As you step towards this quite cozy sort of like cottage core-esque building, you can see it is like beautifully it's painted white but still has like wooden beams on the side and dividing the floors that you can see. And there is a large sign over the door that's just actually in the shape of a goat and says the sleeping goat. And you can see sort of flowers hanging from little like baskets that's been suspended from under the windows, and there's little flower beds up front, and there's a little sign that says stable and sort of points to the left to seems like probably a different building. But yeah, it seems very cozy and nice, and you can see the door is actually has a very large door, which is welcoming for Adeema, that you don't have to sort of hunker down to get in the door, but there's also several smaller doors within this door, so it goes even from someone that's sort of quite large and then a human-sized door and a dwarf-sized door and a halfling-sized door, and then there's one that's even smaller than that. So there's probably like 10 by 10 centimeters.
Like a loser as well. You better watch that vulture of yours.
But did you said barn, right? I'm sorry, no, stables?
Yeah, well, there's a sign that points to that says stables points up.
If they enter, I'm going to go to the stables.
Put away your steed before it eats the flowers.
Oh shit, the floor.
Yes. We'll start with you who enter this place, and as you enter, you can immediately, there's like a warm sort of warm air from inside, because even though it's summer, it's still a little bit chilly due to the proximity to the mountains. But inside it's nice and warm, and there's like a smell that immediately hits you of food. You can see a quite large room, and it's quite tall under the ceiling, so even though there are exposed beams, there's no need to duck down even if you're a Goliath. And sort of in the middle of this large room there's like a fire pit, which isn't lit at the moment, but you can clearly see it's set up so there can be like a spit roast, can have like a whole hog on it. There's just a plethora of tables spread all around in different sizes and styles, some of them round, some of them like longer tables, chairs that are clearly indicated for various sizes, some that are have little steps up so you can climb up and sit with the taller tables even if you're of a shorter race. There are, as soon as you come in on the left side, there are stairs that leads up, and on the far end you can see a bar, and behind there's several kegs of different ales, and there's a hearth on the right side of the bar as well, with a pot that seems to be sort of boiling, and you can smell of like a stew.
Perpetual stew. And
a few people sitting around, variety. At one table you can see what looks like 3 crows that are about 150 tall, and but like with clothes on, just like people-sized crows sitting there and just chattering in weird sounds that doesn't seem like language, because it's a variety of just nature noises, and then all of different, it's like mimicry.
Would I know what they are?
Yes, these are Kenku. It's just one of the many races in D&D. One that I absolutely love, but it's having a player that's a Kenku, because Kenkus don't have language, they have mimicry, so they can repeat everything they've ever heard, but to like form a sentence you need to put together words that you've already heard somebody say to you.
Wow.
Or it will be just sounds of nature, of wind blowing and the pebble hitting the floor. Or
so if you're gonna have a party, you better be an entire medley of that.
Yes.
Under his breath, Orpheus goes, "Oh great, we've been in the village for 10 minutes and already an attempted murder."
Technically it's 3 of them, so it is a murder.
Oh, yeah, technically, yeah.
Are they common this far north? Or is that a common site like where we are?
Well, they're quite nomadic, so you can have probably seen one here or there, cool. Maybe like a pair or something, but yeah, it's they're not rare, but it's not common either. So it's a little bit of that. That's why you notice it. It's like, oh, thank you. So that's cool. Or depending on how your character feel about birds, but you have a vulture, so it should be fine.
Yeah, sure.
And you can see there are some people that definitely look like just other like regular travelers. Some probably like merchants, and just sitting around, and some that might even be local, just having lunch. And at the bar, you can see this wonderfully sort of, and as soon as you walk in a little bit into the room, you hear, "Oh, hi there, welcome, just a little moment, I'll be right with you." These like red-haired, just super frizzy, think like from Brave, just wild red hair. It's a dwarf, a female dwarf. No, they don't have beards in my world. Before anybody asked. But her sort of, in the way she keeps herself, doesn't seem to be very dwarven, because most dwarves have like dwarven symbolism or something on them, but she seems to be running around in what feels a little more like actually gnome clothing, in like the style of
would you say nomenclature?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
And she carries like a tray of like 5 tankards of ale, and so just runs around and puts them down before she runs back to the table. Bar.
Can I say something to my companions?
Yes.
I lean down to both of them, but specifically to Baast.
Mm-hmm.
Are they common?
The Kenku?
Here?
I mean, quite unusual to see that many together at one place, and honestly, in an inn.
We do not know what the starry-eyed man looks like. Can you communicate with them?
I mean, it's more of, can they communicate with me? Like, they'll understand language, that's all fine, but most Kenku can only say what they've heard. So, I mean, there's some Kenku that do study with scholars, then they have a big vocabulary and they communicate almost as well as Orpheus here does, but some of them have only lived in the forest and they can only do mimicry of the forest sounds.
Is it worth asking?
I mean, I'm happy to talk to them. They're usually good-spirited people.
Yeah, it seems more like your crowd.
They're fairly well-traveled. Most of them are anyway. I'm not going to assume too much, but from the Kenku that I've met, they usually move around quite a lot. It's definitely a good place to start.
We have to start somewhere.
For sure. Do we know? This is, I guess, both to the party and also to DM. General question: how well known is the Starry-Eyed Man? Like, how many people would know about him as an entity? I'll call him now because he's called the Starry-Eyed Man.
Yeah.
But do we know if that's like a famous name or if it's just like rumors?
No, and you'll know this as you've been searching for this guy for a while. It's sort of something that pops up here and there in rumors. It's not very known. It is almost always spoken about after something has happened. Very few talk of ever. There are very, very few stories where they've seen the Starry-Eyed Man walk in as the Starry-Eyed Man. There are stories where there's been like a traveler, and after something has happened, someone has seen them walk out, and as they walked out, they had stars for eyes. You could see, like, as the night sky itself was sort of just painted onto their eyes. But it seems that they have at least some way of hiding who they are, so that it's not very well known, and it's taken a long time to sort of get this information and to even figure out something about where he's headed, not just where he's been.
Okay. Cool. If that's the case, I'll make my way over to the table with the Kenkus. And I kind of slant over and just I guess interrupts and like, sorry there, friends.
One of them looks over and just in a very deep voice that sounds like it should come from something much bigger and more intimidating than this little bird goes, And who goes there?
Greetings. My
Hi
name is
there.
Baast. Hi. How many are there? 3, 4?
Yeah, three of them.
3. Nice to make your acquaintance. We're new in town, just traveling through really. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we're looking for an individual that we've gathered called the Starry-Eyed Man or the Star-Eyed Man. And kind of when I say that, can I make a quick perception check to see if I glance any sparkle in any of their eyes as they kind of look over to me?
Yeah, look, and they all start of sort of muttering in your voice, which is a little weird. Starry-Eyed Man, and sort of.
Okay.
It's like the first part of a sentence is like in a small child's voice. Have you ever seen the Starry-Eyed Man?
Cool. So perception.
Yes.
Sweet. 11.
11. You see in all of their eyes, and they sort of look to you, but look a little bit back and forth to each other. But you see no sort of anything of stars or something like that. There's they all just seemed a little confused, but mostly like towards each other. And one of them goes like, "Well, Baast," and whenever he says your name, it's back in your voice, because
Yeah.
Oh, this is
That's
so
great.
weird.
oh yeah,
Right.
this is basically Bumblebee from
Yeah.
just when we're talking, just every word is
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
different voice. But I'm not gonna do that because that's
Yeah,
too
no,
much.
That's all cool.
We'll just do it post. No.
I'm not a professional voice actor.
All good.
Excuses.
Yes, I know. No, we have not seen this star-eyed man, but there's many weird things in the sky, and the stars tell of interesting stories of these mountains.
Oh, do they? Anything you'd like to share?
They look to like, and what's in it for us?
Well, and I'll take out 3 gold coins, and I'll kind of put them on the table. I'm happy to share some if you do.
You see, they all sort of immediately sort of go for grabs 1 coin each. And just like,
Yep.
as with crows, they really do like shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
No, the stars tell that when the midsummer hits, that extraordinary events and the veil between the realms will be thin, and there are... And they sort of look around, all of them, sort of in different directions, like birds sometimes do, but very with that sudden bird movement. There are great things. There are many places that used to be in the mountains, but there are no more. We think that maybe some of those places disappeared. Maybe they can come back. Maybe they're remnants. We don't know. It's so exciting.
And I kind of lean in as they lean in, and I guess we're all kind of just
Yeah,
coming.
you're leaning in
into-
just this large beaks,
Yeah.
close to your face.
So, is that the reason why you've traveled this far north, or is this from where you hail from originally?
Oh, no, and sort of, they all sort of go, no, but in different voices, and we actually all, we all travelled here by ourselves, but actually happened to meet up on chance, because our people enjoy the stars and the skies, and they sort of all get this longing look when I say sky, like, in which we hopefully someday can be part of. That's maybe the secret of flight will reveal itself.
Maybe it shall. And can I assume that I'm aware of the curse, or like the Kenku sort of rumor that they
Yeah.
can't fly, or
Yeah.
that was stripped from them?
Yes, I'd say someone who comes from like druidic, nomadic. Yeah, you've heard of Kenkus, and their wish to fly, and which is why many of them seek out oftentimes really weird rumors, and that's also why there are a few Kenku mages, not many, but a few of them, and they all seem to, as soon as they can, take the fly spell. And then stop studying forever.
Yeah.
And just every day just fly a little bit.
Yep.
Well, I can help
That
them
is
fly or go up
For like a
go
bit.
down.
You can nudge
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
You can throw them.
Oh, there are definitely Kenkus who have tried out different catapults and such to see if that would help.
Poor Kenkus.
Yeah. Just ostrich people, really.
Yes.
Just want to be able to fly.
Oh.
And I'll lean in as like, I'm aware of your people's struggle when it comes to that. I can only hope that you
For
get to
now,
take to the
for
sky.
now.
For sure. I can only hope that you get to take to the sky someday. But me and my companions here will stay here for a couple of days, and if there's anything that you see that is suspicious, or anything that you'd like for us to take a look at, I'm sure we can find some way to be a mutual benefit to each other, and I'll slide an extra gold coin in.
Rich man. Showing off.
Sort of, two of them go for it, but one of them gets it and sort of looks at the other like, and be like, very well. People call me Crow.
Crow,
Yes.
very imaginative.
And the two others looked at him. People also call me Crow. But I've also been called Crow.
Would you like new names?
No.
Cool. Well, Crow,
Well,
Crow, and Crow.
Back
it was
where
lovely
I
to
was
make
from,
your
they called me, and you can sort of, he opens his mouth, and the sound of like a pebble thrown into a little pond. But most people cannot pronounce it.
Oh shit.
Very good. No, that's fair enough. I'm not gonna dare to try. But Crow, and Crow, if it's okay to call you that, it was a pleasure making your acquaintance, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
And we're going to quickly cut to outside as Wren heads towards the stables.
Yeah, because you said that Daisy was walking with us earlier, so I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that she's safely and well taken care of in the stables, and because she loves horses, I hope there's a few in there. So
Yes, you
That's
come
my
to-
mission.
It's not the same building as the inn, but it's one that's close by, and you can see there are actually, there are a few horses, and there's sort of a little place for them where they can actually walk out and walk around within the fence. And you can see there sits like a half elf, sort of just sits like leaned way back in a chair that like only two of the legs are on the ground, and his feet are sort of up on a table, and he sort of has a hat that's a little bit down.
He's
and sort of
trying to sleep, is that the thing?
Yeah, it seems like he might be sleeping, and
And if I think he's sleeping, and if this is part of like where I'm the entrance, I'm going to like do to Daisy and like try and stealth our way in, because I like my money. I don't want to waste it if I have to.
Roll a stealth check with advantage.
Guessing you're light-footed.
Yeah. So stealth. That's Dex, right?
Yes.
Can I guide myself?
You can give yourself guidance.
Okay.
On your
I can't
character
remember
sheet,
what that is. Yeah.
add a d4.
Yeah.
But on your character sheet as well, because now you just rolled dexterity.
Yeah,
You are proficient. Because you can also just click the stealth.
Oh,
go
shoot.
to the
Sorry.
skill.
Yes,
and click.
I will do that.
No problem
I will
at all.
do that.
But yeah, because you have
Stealth.
advantage, so
Where is stealth? I don't know where that is. Stealth. There.
it's alphabetically.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, but my dex roll was 20.
Yes,
So
it's dirty 20, so absolutely
Yeah.
no problem with it. And with the guidance, it's a 23, so yeah, absolutely no problem. You You walk in as if you belong, and nobody notices at all.
I'm just cleaning this barn. That's fine. Or stable. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kind of look for some hay, and I'm going to look for some water. I'm going to make her like a little nest. I don't know how long we're going to be drinking, so I don't know how long.
Yeah, you can literally open a door and sort of let her into one of the enclosures.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll just like walk in, and then I'll do the thing, and then I'll look for any horses.
Oh yeah, there are several horses around. So if you want to let her in with one of the horses.
Yes. Because a goat needs companions, and the horses goats calm horses. It's a fun goat fact. Sorry, but
roll a nature check.
Is this a theme? Are we gonna have goat facts or goat trivia?
You might have a few goat trivia through this campaign. I'm sorry.
Someone has done the research.
I love it.
Someone's been on Goatopedia checking out some facts.
Goatopedia.
Sorry, what did you say to roll?
Nature check.
A nature check. Okay. Oh, 25?
Yeah, that's a perception check, but that's fine.
Sorry, Jesus.
Yeah. No problem at all. No, but it was an 18, so with all of your pluses, that's absolutely fine. It's D&D Beyond, and it's new, so
I pressed the nature. Yeah.
It's fine. So you look around and sort of look at which horse would be sort of the most accepting for this, and look around and find immediately just like, yes, that. And you just walk over and there's like a brown and white patched horse, and you sort of just with your earlier stealth check, the horse doesn't even notice that you open the door and let Daisy in and close it, and suddenly Daisy's just there, and the horse is like, you're like.
I mean, I do have speech of the wood. Is a horse a beast or an animal? It's just an animal, right? So I can't talk to it unless I turn into a horse.
No, it is a beast, but speech of the wood, I think it's specifically small creatures, and a horse isn't a small creature, but yes.
This is because I'm a noob and I don't know my territory. If I turn into a horse, can I talk to the horse?
Yes. If you turn into a horse, yes, you can.
Shetland pony, perhaps.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
I want to do that.
No problem at all.
Very strange track vibes here. Donkey.
You turn into a horse.
Yeah, but I want to make it sure that I'm turning into a horse that's like compatible to this horse. So it doesn't get frightened. Or it's trying to I don't know. I don't want any mating thing. So I just want to be like a cool, friendly, chilled horse.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Standard friendly chilled horse,
yes.
Daniel.
Yeah, of course. Let me just find a stat block for chilled horse, not just horse, but yes.
Just a chill horse.
Yeah, you turn into a horse, a chill horse, friendly chill horse.
It's like Saw, dude. Just a chill horse.
Yo. What's up, horsey?
It looks like, hi.
Hi.
You seem very relaxed.
You too, man. You look almost chill. Stop, Alex. I cannot.
Why are you outside, not inside?
Does horses go inside?
No, I mean just I'm inside a thing and you're just outside the thing. And
you want to come outside?
No, I'm fine.
Can I come inside?
What are you doing?
I mean, I think you need a person for that.
It's gonna be. Hope not children are watching.
I hope disappointed.
I'm nudging Daisy. I'm trying to get her to open for the horse.
Daisy is sort of just ramming her head into the door, but nothing happens.
It's fine. So, Yeah,
There's a
lot
goat
of
here.
Yeah, it's Daisy, man. She's cool.
Oh.
Cool. Super
Hi, Daisy.
She can stand on your back with no problem. It's goat's massage.
Oh, neat.
I'm so sorry to everyone around. Okay, I'm going to try and get through this.
Yeah.
Is that a...
This is the part. There's nowhere in the DM's guide that prepares you for this, but I love it.
I'm sorry,
alright.
but thank you for letting me do this. I will not drink before doing a horse next time. Okay, that's.
Why do
Don't
I
drink in horse, guys. Don't drink in horse.
Don't blame that.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. Why is
Oh my
Careless
god.
Whispers playing?
Yeah.
Please continue with this. I want to see where we're going.
Alex, like I need to hide you because you're making me cry, laugh, cry.
Am
I don't know
I
why.
making you
Yes.
cry laugh?
Yes.
And this is the rest of the campaign.
I'm so sorry for wasting everyone's time being a horse, but okay, this is where we are.
This
Okay.
is peak D&D.
So you had a lot of visitors lately? Like, I don't know, any cool ponies? Cows, sheeps, horses.
There's quite a few
Other-
horses.
Yeah.
There was like a giant goat, but they left yesterday.
Giant goat?
Yeah, I like this one, but like our size.
Wow, that sounds
There's,
fucking awesome, man.
I think there's like 3 ponies outside, and there's this really weird horse. We try not to look at him. He's over in the corner, but he freaks me out a little bit.
If I look over to the corner, what's there?
Yeah. You see in a corner, like it's a little darker in this corner, but you can sort of see something moving about, and you can see this just jet black horse, and there's just something about it that now that you're a horse feels a little disturbing. Like you can't really see exactly where the eyes are, but you feel that you're being stared down. Like someone who's just like mad dogging you from across the room, and just like
I'm trying to like keep a low profile right
Yeah.
now.
yeah. So yeah, apart from that, it's just mostly
Yeah.
just chill people.
Do you know who their companions were? Like if they were traveling with anyone?
No, there was this like person in like just some robes.
Oh, I like robes.
Yeah. But
What
like,
colored robes? Were they like
Ro-
purple or blue? I don't know. Cool
No,
colors.
this seemed like really dark robes. Look like almost like black ones.
Did you see like humans? They look so weird. Were they human? Were there any other race that we know
I
of?
only saw their hand. Like really, how they have these like things at the end of their, instead of like hooves, they have these like split into like 5 things, and they wiggle around. He's talking about fingers.
Okay, thank you. Toes?
Yeah. No, and it's just like they were like a little weird because they were like a lot longer than they usually are, and they're like real pale, and that's like seemed a little weird.
Super weird, dude.
Yeah, and that horse hasn't like eaten in 3 days. Just
Not
stares at
feeding
us.
them.
No, like it has food, but it doesn't eat. Just stares at us. All day, all night.
Was it dead?
No. Still around, it just looks.
The horse is still
Yeah.
around?
Yeah, it's the one in the corner, he just looks at us.
He left here? Is he still around?
I haven't seen him in,
Five-fingered.
I haven't seen him in like since the horse came in.
Anything else interesting
There was
happening?
a squirrel in here yesterday.
Oh, I love
And
squirrels.
he bit Frank.
Who's Frank?
It's another horse.
Poor Frank.
Yeah, Frank's an asshole.
Oh, well then, who gives a shit? And I'll stare over at the corner
Yeah,
at the mean horse.
yeah. Just staring you down.
What's your name, dude?
Nothing.
I'm talking to the chill horse, the nice horse,
Yeah.
the good horse.
Oh, the good horse?
Yeah.
Oh. They call me Big Guy.
Do you know if he has a name?
Yeah, I just call him Freaky.
Free. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, good night, big guy. Can you take care of my goat?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, see you around.
I'll trot my way over to Freaky,
Yeah.
and I put my hoofs down, and I just like I don't know. I try and look cool, and I stare him right in the eye.
As you're staring him into the eyes, you feel like you're staring into like a black void, like an endless pit that's just full of despair and there's never been any joy. You feel a little sad.
You're making me sad, man.
Yeah.
Are you sad?
No.
Are you mean? No, mad? Sorry, mad.
I've been called many things. He just stares unblinkingly.
Do you have a master?
Yeah.
Does he like stars?
I don't know.
Is he wearing black?
Maybe.
And I'll take a floor and do like that in front of his eyes.
Just no blinking, no emotion, no nothing. It's just staring you down.
Can I do anything for you? Do you need anything, man?
No. It's all gonna be fine.
Do you need food? Water?
No. I just need the screams.
Okay. I'll walk away and I'll make sure Daisy is fine, and then I'll run my way, like get out of my little horsey thing, and then go.
And as our
Freaky
party meet back up in the tavern.
Oh, okay. We need to talk to Lizzie.
Yeah. And we're gonna get to
that's
that.
in the tavern.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we'll get to that next episode.
Okay.
As we have now met our four fated adventurers and gotten a little look into exactly what they are and who they are, and trying to figure out this weird-ass world that I've put in front of them. I would like to thank my players
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
for indulging my madness.
And you for putting up for ours.
For allowing that bullshit.
I mean, we were like for a little while there with Mayan, we were heading straight into triple X territory, but you know, at least we still kind of keep it PGR.
No, dark web, deep dark web.
You know, it's really fun because as a DM, I plan so many weird little things that most of the time goes absolutely unnoticed. I planned this horse about 2 weeks ago. Just like, are they gonna see the horse? Why not? Maybe they'll go. Maybe they'll ask around.
It's a
Maybe we'll find
creepy
the horse. I don't
like
know.
the horse.
Yeah, and immediately episode 1, we found a creepy horse.
I've never seen like a nightclub scene, but with horses in a stable.
In a stable with
like,
absolutely no music.
Yeah, it's like 2 horses in a barn. Just kind of like, you come here often, man?
Yeah.
Cool, dude.
Yeah, you're sort of at that house party and they're just this weird dude and nobody really invited, but he's there and just like, oh yeah, this is great. But they're all horses now.
Excellent. Oh man.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be very
That was
fun.
great. That's great.
Well,
But yes.
thank you. Everyone.
Yes, so please, if you have any questions at all to me about anything that has happened in this episode or any other, please leave comments, leave your likes,
And follow!
and do follow. Please do all of those things. We love you all. Again,
Absolutely.
thank you so much, dear viewer, for not just keeping up with my stuff and the players, but all of our stuff and just all of this weirdness. And I can promise you, it's definitely not over. It's gonna get weird, keep going weirds, but it's also gonna be a lot of fun, I hope.
Definitely.
And
And
until
we're here for it.
yes, and until next time, love each other, take care of each other. We love you. Bye.
Bye!
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.